Anthony, I want to tell you something. I hate bosses. Don't call me a boss. That's a dirty word. We started this so we wouldn't have to have bosses. I'm a leader, not a boss. I refuse to be a boss. Wow, how do you like the new 360 experience, huh? Now, I want to tell you that it's actually symbolic. It's symbolic of the new market America. This is the second half. The first 20 years was the first half. We are now a new company, and you'll learn that over this weekend. A 360 internet experience, a 360 marketing experience, and a global company now, like the world round, right? Wow. You know, it's hard to believe, 20 years. It's like a blur to me, a blur. You know what a blur is? It just all runs together, and people make such a big deal about it. It kind of like, you know, I wasn't thinking about it, and they kept bringing it up. It's 20 years. And, well, I guess most companies don't last 20 years, but we're just beginning. You say, we're just beginning. So, you know, I'm 20 years old. I feel 20. You know? And someone said, no, JR, you were over 20 when you started it. I said, well, then I'm 40. Do I look 20? They said, I don't think so. Do I look 40? Yeah, maybe. You know? I had 15 years in this before Market America. Now, if you're trying to figure out how old I am, I started when I was 12. Yeah. But we don't have eyes in the back of our head, do we? You know, I'm more concerned about the next 20 years than the past 20 years. And I'm certainly more excited about it. You know, I would describe, if I had to describe the last 20 years, Tony, if I had to describe it, I would have to describe it as a miraculous 20-year orgasm. I mean, it's been euphoric. Even the problems end up making it better. And you know, now that we experienced the 20-year orgasm, we want more. We want to do it again. We want to do it again. How about you? You want to do it again? Oh, wow. But what I feel more than anything is gratitude. Gratitude to you. I'm humbled, blessed, thankful, and honored that you joined us and stayed with us for all these years. You know? I understand that you invested your life in this. That's more than money. And I will never forget it and never abuse it. I want you to know that we're partners, partners to the end. That's what it's all about. And I hope that you know that I'm really not a CEO. I'm an unfranchised owner and a distributor. I'm one of you. When I think of 20 years, what does it mean to me? 45 international conventions or world conferences, including 4 in Taiwan and Hong Kong and 1 in Australia. that we've done. 88 regionals. Dennis probably matches me on that one. 122 moving ups. Wow, they're hard to do, aren't they, team? Countless basic fives and locals. And you ready for this one? 17,840 UBPs, or showing the plan 101. They didn't all get in, but every time I showed it, one did get in. That was me. I said, I'm in. You know? So here we go, 20 years, memories, adventures, the joy of the journey. We've done a lot with the Dash so far, but tomorrow's the first day of the rest of the Dash, and we have a lot more to do. We've grown, we're smarter, we're wiser, we're more passionate, and we're richer too. We are. When we started, we had nothing. We didn't have a pot to hiss in. And I'm not going to do it now. But because of that, entering the second half, we have more credibility, more stability. We're still the best kept secret in the world. You can run down any town of any country and scream, "Market America," or "Market Taiwan," or "Market UK," and no one knows what you're talking about. The world is discovering us, though, and we are going to let the word out. In fact, we're going to be doing a reality documentary on Market America's entrepreneurial journey and all of you and all the success stories. And it'll be on national TV in order to brand us and get the word out. We're tired of appearing as guests. We're now going to be the real thing, and they can appear on our show. It's amazing. It's just amazing how we judge success. Now, a lot of you look better than you did 20 years ago. We started out as a bunch of scallywags. I guess 20 years of OPC3 and isotonics and prime and money and fun has done you well. You look great, But isn't it funny how we judge success by age? Success means different things at different ages, doesn't it? At age 4, success is not wetting your pants. You don't care about money at 4, right? Success at 12 is having friends. Success at 16 is having a driver's license. Remember that? Success at 20 is having sex. Success at 35 is having money. I made it. And success at 50 is having more money. And success at 60 is having sex. Success at 70 is having a driver's license still. And success at 75 is having friends and still have some. And success at 80 is not wetting your pants again. Isn't that true? But it all comes down to belief and a goal. You have to have a belief, and you have to have a goal or a why. And you have to learn how to follow a system or find a system that'll take you there. And it reminds me of little Leroy, who wanted that red bike so badly. Now, did you ever want something so badly that you couldn't get it off your mind no matter what? And his birthday was coming up, and he wanted that red bike so badly, and he said, I better tell my mama so she has time to get it. So he went down to his mom and said, it's my birthday this Saturday, and I really want that red bike so badly, Mom. Don't you think you can get it for me? I don't want nothing else. And she says, now, Leroy, you know you haven't been a very good boy. You've been in trouble in school, and you've caused trouble in the neighborhood. If you really want that red bike, you go up to your room and write a letter to God why you should have it. So he ran up to his room, sat down at his desk, began to write, Dear God, I've been a very good boy. Please give me that red bike because I deserve it. He said, I'm lying to God. That won't work. That won't get me. He ripped it up, got another piece of paper out. He said, Dear God, I've been an okay boy. Please send me that red bike. I want it. And I believe in you so much. I just believe in you so much that I'll get it. That's a good reason to send it to me. Good logic. He said, nah, that'll never work either. He wrote again, Dear God, I haven't been very good, but I promise never, 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 ever, ever to be bad again. If you please just give me that red bike. Sound familiar? I said, that'll never work either. He put on his coat, he went downstairs. His mother said, where are you going? I'm going down to the church, Mom. She said, wow, this is working. So he walked down to the neighborhood church, went through the big doors, up through the aisle, past the pews to the altar. He looked around. He saw the Mother Virgin Mary on the altar. He went up and he got it. He stuck it in his coat, zipped his coat up, went out, walked back, ran back home, went upstairs, took his coat off, put the Virgin Mary under his bed, sat down to his desk to write. Dear God, I got your mama. You want to see her again? Send the bike. You know who. Do you think he got the bike? No. But I believe that he had followed the system just a little bit more. If he had believed just a little bit more and followed the system, even if his mama didn't have a way to get that bike, the circumstances would have been brought to her and him to make that bike appear in his life. And that's the way God works, and that's the way the universe works, and that's the way we work. So you got to believe, you got to have a why, and you got to follow the system, folks. Now, when I think of the last 20 years, I see Market America and the unfranchised in sayings. I'm a person full of sayings, aren't I? Keep growing. That's what it's been about for 20 years. I probably said that 100,000 times because that's what it's all about. It doesn't matter where you're at. It's over if you're not growing. And if you're growing, it's just beginning. I believe in you because I do believe in you. I believe in each and every one of you. I believe in you more than you do, more than your parents do. I believe that you can change your life and that we can change the world. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in you. You say, think big. Think big because you'll never be bigger than your dreams. Think big because you'll never be bigger than your thoughts. And it's funny, your life manifests the thoughts that fill your mind. And so if you don't have any big thoughts, you don't get very big. That's the way it works. Another day, another million. Remember that, Mark? Every day at the office, struggling just to pay the bills. Another day, another million. They said, what are you talking about? We haven't even done 10,000 in a day. Another day, another million. Finally hit 100,000. We're way past it now. Way past it. Another day, another million. Now it's another day, another billion. Another day, another billion. People say, what are you, nuts? That's impossible. I say, what do you mean it's impossible? Walmart did it. 380 billion per year. That proves it's possible. And how they do it? Basically by outpricing everyone, right? Better prices, cheaper. Small towns. Small town America. 25 years before their billion-dollar roll. One store in 1945. 7 years before the second store. 7 years. Some of you are saying, I've been in for 5 and haven't made it yet. 1977, 32 years later, 38 stores. They started their billion-dollar roll. 4,000 stores by 2006, 20% growth rate. Think about it. We're not doing so bad. We're not doing so bad. Now, if they can do that, if Walmart can do that with brick and mortar, why can't we do it with click and order? Small towns, better pricing, shop.com, cashback, and I'll tell you something else. Their greeter ain't nearly as good looking as you. You know? I'd much rather deal with you. So you cannot teach what you do not know, and you cannot lead where you will not go. Thank God you're here. And you don't know what you don't know. You don't even know that you don't know it. But after you come here, you know it. And I hope that you know that you can make it. I know we've changed a lot. We've grown a lot. Some of you are still struggling with technology. I mean, it's become a problem, a little bit of a challenge for some baby boomers. There's a lot to understand. I understand that. And at Market America, we saw computer challenges all day long. And we have to refer to it. We have to refer to the system, to the computer. We don't know whether to call it she, or he. And I finally said, Michael, we got to get this thing straight. Is it a she or a he? I'm a yachter. I believe it's a she. He said, let me get the IT staff together. So he got all the women together and all the men together, and they came up with a vote and a list. And the women decided, well, they concluded that it should be referred to by the male gender. And here's their list. Here's their reasons why. In order to get their attention, you have to turn them on. They have a lot of data, but are still clueless. Number 3, they're supposed to help you solve problems, but half the time they are the problem. And number 4, as soon as you commit to one, you realize that if you waited a little longer, you could have had a better one. Well, the men decided that the computer in the system should be referred to as a female gender because of the following reasons. Number 1, no one but the Creator himself understands their internal logic. 2, the native language they use to communicate with other computers is incomprehensible to everyone else. And 3, even your smallest mistakes are stored away in long-term memory for retrieval later. And here's the best one. As soon as you make a commitment to one, you find yourself spending half your paychecks on accessories for it. At shop.com! Yeah. Oh, you gotta have fun, huh? Just think about it. You know, it all hasn't been easy. In fact, we've learned how to eat problems for breakfast. That's generally what we do, don't we, Mark? We get up, we eat problems for breakfast, and we don't get indigestion. No problems, only challenges is what I think. Challenges lead you to the answers, okay? It's the wind behind our sail. No resistance, you don't go anywhere. They're the stepping stones to success. If you have a goal and there's a problem, it means that you're not doing what it takes to meet reality to get what you want. So it opens another door and another door until you find the answer. So we don't have problems, we have situations. Anything that the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. You know, when I was 20 years old, I got a tape by Earl Nightingale called The Strangest Secret. And this tape went on and on and on and on about the universal secret of success, the common golden thread that ran through all the great and wealthy and accomplished people in the world. And finally, it came to the crescendo where he told us what it was. You become what you think about all the time. I said, that's impossible. I'd be a girl. But what he meant was your predominant, well, I attracted a good one. Your predominant thinking does determine the reality of your life. You know, the genesis of this company, think about that statement. Here's the genesis of this company. You think we knew how to do this? We didn't know how to do this. We had no idea how to do this. My favorite saying now is by Pablo Picasso. I am always doing things I cannot do. That is how I get to do them. You see, we didn't know how to do this, but we went to, one night I wanted to go to the movies. Now, if you want to go to a movie, it's smart to call people up that you know to see what's good. Would you agree with that? Now, in computer marketing, that's called recommendations. Well, I started calling people that night. There was nobody at home. Unfortunately, we just took a chance. We went to a movie. It might have been Rocky II or something back then. And man, I was in the moment. What a great movie. We got lucky. We got lucky. What a great movie. And then, I cried. I laughed. I was having a great time in the moment. But I couldn't wait to get home and tell people about it. So I started telling people about it. I spent more time telling people about the movie than I did watching it. They didn't act too impressed. I asked, so what? But the next week, when they wanted to go to a movie, they remember my enthusiasm, and they went too. And to make a long story short, a month later, over 300 people went to that movie because of my big mouth. The movie made a lot of money. I didn't make a dime. And I had an epiphany, a realization. I said, Lauren, if we could track these people and pay them for leading to the movie, we could eliminate all that advertising, okay? They love the movie, they'll listen to us next time. We could even find out what they want. And if we had enough of them, we could bring it to them. This was the spark that started Market America. And so I set out to do it manually. I called up the 12 people I called. And I said, who did you call? And I actually called them. And I got down to a couple hundred people, and it was still going. And I said, if I can track this manually, Shu, it can be automated, it can be computerized. And we could have computerized marketing. Ask Rick Hannon, before this company was even started. I believed in computerized marketing so that we could hit more checks, so we could know what everybody's volume was, and so we could place it. And we did it on Commodore 64s. Now, you talk about a challenge, but we did it. So out of that, what happened? Here comes a dream. We could track the volume. Why couldn't we provide people whatever product they wanted? We became a product brokerage company. Why can't we systemize everything so everybody isn't doing it different ways? So it's like McDonald's. So it's automatic, unfranchised, NMTSS. If we're going to do everything, we want to be the best at everything. We want to have cutting-edge, revolutionary, scientific products. So let's have the MA University. And this allows people to interest people in cosmetics if they're in nutrition, and people in nutrition, people who want to do websites, so that everybody has a greater reach and can bring people in that they would never be able to reach before. Wow. Then the proliferation of the internet happened. Digital marketing, comparison shopping, product search. recommendations, matching product to people and people to product, and the ability to supply our UFOs and customers in a monetized community anything that they wanted. So IBV, the ocean, BV, the lake. And then comes shop.com because we weren't doing it very well. And here we are because we have you and people power, social commerce, a 360 experience, international and merchandising wide. We can provide anybody anything they want and do it better than anybody else. And they have a personal entrepreneur who cares about them, and that's you. You see? Shop.com in a box. It's been a long journey. Well, you know what? Success is a journey, not a destination. We'll never be there. We'll never be there. It's like yoga. You never reach the end. When we started, we thought we were climbing a hill. We got to the top of the hill, and we realized it was Mount Everest. Halfway up, we wanted to turn back, but it was too late. A storm hit us. We kept going. Today, we, in this room, are at the peak of Mount Everest. Enjoy the view. It's been a long journey, you know. The plan works better on the marker board than in reality. Have you ever learned that? You know, human nature, insecurity, doubt, timing, fear, preconceived notions, excuses, procrastination, criticism, rejection, diversions. What is success all about? A young boy wants to answer, and he goes to the wise man on the beach. He says, "What is success all about?" The old man says nothing and walks him into the water, holds him below the water. The boy struggles and struggles, finally comes up for breath, and the old man takes him back to the shoreline. He said, "What was your question?" He said, "Oh, I wanted to know what was success all about." He said, "What do you want more than anything when I held you below that water?" He said, "All I wanted was a breath of air." He says, "That's what success is. You must want it like you wanted that breath of air, or you'll never know it." That was Socrates teaching Plato. A metamorphosis. We've been through a metamorphosis. We started out as a network and direct sales company. We became a product brokerage and binomial MPCP company. The unfranchised system and one-to-one marketing took us into a new pupa phase. And today, after internal restructuring, we become the social commerce and one-to-one marketing leader. Market America, shop.com. We're spreading our wings. It's unbelievable. Whoops. Let me get the next note card up there. Okay, but you know, I know it's been hard for some of you. But hardships are good. Challenges are good. It's like the man who found a cocoon and was so fascinated by it. And it started to open up. And he was so excited that the butterfly was going to come out. But after hours, it didn't get out. So he took scissors and cut the cocoon. And the creature crawled out with droopy wings. And it never spread its wings. It was crippled for life. Because in this man's kindness, haste, and ignorance, he didn't know it was nature's way of making the fluids from the body go into the wings to spread them so that the butterfly could fly. And you see, sometimes it's our challenges and our obstacles and our hardships that we need to mold us and to allow us to develop into the great entrepreneurs we have become. You don't want to be crippled, so don't worry about that. You know, built on belief, we had nothing, many lonely roads, competitive sharks, undermining, criticizing, mutinies. But our flag is still flying. Our flag is still flying, you see. So the problems just made us better. But now I believe we can change the world. I believe that this is bigger than any other economic model, and we can do more than what governments or ideologies can do. Everyone shops or buys, don't they? They buy what they need. We don't sell. We simply provide people what they want. And everybody needs something. We find it for them. If enough people want it, well, we may come out with it as a Market America product and make it better. And yes, we have cutting-edge technology and shopping, a shopping experience that is second to none. And I believe that we're better than Amazon. We're just not branded yet. And I believe that we have the power in this room to change that and become the social commerce king. Do you believe that? Our model taps the greatest power in the world. And listen to this. Our model taps the greatest power in the world, greater than atomic or nuclear energy. And if it hits critical mass, it will change the world. I believe that this, with every last fiber and cell of my body, our model is driven by entrepreneurial opportunity at the grassroots level of the world. We have the power in this room to change that and to become something historic. The innate desire to be better, to grow, to succeed, to control one's own economic destiny. Millions of people have that. To do one's own thing, to follow one's own passions, the urge to work for oneself without limitation. The desire to be free from debt and economic oppression. The desire to be free. Isn't that what humanity's all about? Who doesn't want to be free? The urge to pursue one's creative genius, to make the world a better place, to create a better mousetrap, to serve humanity and communities with what people want and need and be rewarded for it. Isn't that what it's all about? People power. No other technology company has that. A monetized community of entrepreneurs called UFOs. If you didn't believe in UFOs before, you better believe in them now, because here we come. UFOs are entrepreneurs who serve customers and distributors in a distribution system. Your shop consultants, product brokers, professional one-to-one marketers and consultants, personal shoppers online, internet shopping guides. You're a professional. We can change the world with our collective and unified buying power. We can change the world with our collective and unified power of entrepreneurial spirit. Our collective buying power can influence prices, BV, IBV, cash back, and put money back in the pockets of average people. You'll learn about the shopping annuity this weekend, and everything will change. Where else can you convert spending? Think about this. Where else can you convert your spending into earning? Spending into earning by funding a shopping annuity. And I'll show it to you. We can change the world, I'm telling you, by saving on spending and then converting spending through transfer buying into shop.com. You can fund an annuity with shopping, and it generates a residual income. I'll show you tomorrow. There's power in numbers, especially when there's individual incentive for each one of those numbers, and that's you. The power and energy is our collective buying, our collective vision, our common cause, our belief, our commitment, our determination, our perseverance, monetized in the MPCP. I'm telling you, that's power. We can change the world. Don't you get it? And look, everybody in the world shops. This isn't a product like websites or motives or nutrition. Everybody shops, regardless of their need or interest. This powerful energy is what we have. There's a lot of talk about the economy and how bad it is today, isn't there? But our forefathers came to this country, there was no economy. Is that true or false? They were merchants, entrepreneurs, and service providers. They didn't ask the government to do anything because they didn't have one. They traded amongst themselves and created their own economy. Do you hear that? People need products and services regardless of the state of the economy, and we provide them and create our own economy. What do you think about that? We are the solution. Governments cannot provide a solution. It is more powerful than governments or ideologies, and it transcends those boundaries. Cyberspace has no boundaries. There are no limitations in our model. The problem of the world is centered on economic deprivation. Would you agree with that? Controlling people who are deprived. We provide hope, a way out for people, a way that they can make it on their own and succeed. Two get 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 two. Well, we're in U.S. now, UK. Two get two. Afghanistan. Two get two. Korea. Two get two. Mexico. Two get two. Taiwan. Two get two. China. Two get two. U.S. Two get two. Another one in Europe. My government says, we're going to war with them. You need to go. I say, I ain't shooting my check. I'm not shooting my check. When people prosper together economically and become free, there is no ideologies. You see, we have the solution. I believe it's that big. John Nesbitt, Megatrends, 1975. You remember that book? It set off a buzz around the world. High tech, high touch. Ooh, I like that. Who's ever done it? Megatrends, high tech, high touch. We will bring new meaning to the cliche and a new paradigm called Shop.com and Market America. We will be the first high-tech, high-touch company in the world. On this 20-year anniversary, we celebrate a new era, a new company, and new opportunities emerges. I want to tell you something. Listen carefully, and I'm done in 1 minute. Simplification is the new paradigm in Market America. Automation, no-brainers. In a few minutes, you'll hear from Jim Winkler and Andrew Weissman, which will show you how all the obstacles are being dissolved to make this a slippery slope. What used to be difficult becomes easier. The slope gets slippery rather than uphill, and the cornucopia of simplification platforms, programs, and tools is here now. You're going to be amazed. And we make it easier, faster, better, bigger, so that we can all become bigger, better, faster, easier, with more people succeeding. And you'll learn about a shopping annuity tomorrow and how right now, without anything implemented, you can all double your income. And I guarantee you it works. And Mark Ashley will amaze you with registration now, remote online sign-up and waiting room to connect the dots and place new people. Shop.com's integration completed and how it rocks with functionality and features so many user-friendly features. Shopping Buddy follows you around, getting you the best deals, more partners, more deals, free shipping. And this year, merchandising magic with trend shops, e-gifts, social commerce, marketamerica.com. marketamerica.com, the business site. You're going to love it, you know? And unfranchised.com, wait till you see it. Jeremy and Eugene have done some amazing things. It's actually sexy. The world's calling for us. We can't hide anymore. We started out with a one-country model. We've restructured it. We've redesigned it. Global e-commerce site takes orders or ship most anywhere in the world. The EMP, Emerging Market Program, will allow you to sponsor people in targeted countries and put the volume in your home country until we get there. And then unification of continents and a miraculous new plan as powerful as the binary system itself that we created connects regions and continents individually for each one of you to your weak leg in your home country. Wait till you see that. Appropriately then, Andrew and Jim will show you a new unfranchised business plan today that is a game changer. It's a new dawn, a new Market America, a new shop.com. This is a new era. Wake up. It's the second half. If you were losing the first half, you're going to win in the second half. And God bless Elizabeth and all of these pioneers. They already won in the first half. But you can be the stars like them in the second half. You just got to get motivated. You got to get motivated. You got to get motivated. Like Reverend Elijah Pitts, who was starting a church in New Orleans. So he had to hit the streets because he didn't have anything. And he would go from door to door to door. The problem is the guy looked just like Louis Armstrong. And every time he would open a door, they would say, Seismo, if I live and breathe. So no, I'm Reverend Elijah Pitts. I'm here to spread goodwill and help. And I'm going to start a church. I'd like you to join. So he'd do this over and over and over again. Finally, he hit one house, and they said, as I live and breathe, Seismo. He said, no, Reverend Elijah Pitts. I don't care. We have a boy crazy girl upstairs, 19 years old, and we need your help. You need to straighten this girl out. So he said, I'll try to help. They took him in. He went upstairs. They knocked on the door, opened the door. This gorgeous, bodacious, beautiful 19-year-old sex pot steps out, and he says, hello, Dolly. You'll catch that one on the way home. Motivated. So this is the beginning of the next 20 years. And I would like to say, I believe in you. Keep growing. Keep growing. And another day, another billion. Thank you.